So I've been an entrepreneur for 7 months now, and it's tough. It's very, very challenging. And anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. One of the big points on this, right, is you log on to YouTube, and I'm sure we all see these videos where it talks about, getting to 100K a month in 30, 90 days or under a year, or amounts even more aggressive than that. And it can create a bit of an impression for people that this is either easy, or that there's some form of instant gratification that you're going to get by just making the pivot and then everything just happens. And it just couldn't be further from the truth, at least for any entrepreneur or business owner that I know that has sustained over an extended period of time, right? Not been a overnight success that's here and then just crumbles the next day. I'm talking about entrepreneurs that have built serious, sustainable, long-standing businesses. And the reason it's so challenging is because it really tests you mentally, physically, and spiritually, especially when you've come away from potentially a high-paying job or an existing corporate career or some form of stability. And now here you are, you're out in the wilderness and you've got to go and figure it out. I was one of the things that I'm really pleased about, and a decision that I made, was to spend a good extended period of time in corporate, building a career as a best-in-class salesperson, then a leader, and then a VP of sales, where I was running a team of 20 at a publicly traded company. And all of that experience was incredibly valuable, actually, because it built resilience, it built character, it gave me leadership skills, it taught me how to sell, how to engage with people, how to present. And all of that has been vital right now in building a company and starting to put all of the constituent parts together. I was also doing a lot of what I'm doing now part-time on the side alongside my day job. Since 2019, I was, creating content, building client acquisition systems, working with founders and beyond. And so I gave myself a leg up by continuing to do that. And I would really recommend anyone who's considering entrepreneurship to build on the side in some capacity, because it can really help to make that transition a lot easier. Or if you're already in corporate, to really look at making sure that you're in roles or in environments that can actually build skills or build your mind or your spirit, so that when you make the transition, you are just better prepared. Because I can really see the intrinsic value in me doing that now. But for doing that and going through corporate, this would have been a lot tougher. Now, the reason it's been challenging is because you have to wake up and look yourself in the mirror every day and know that at the beginning, certainly, you don't necessarily have any set assurance around what tomorrow or today is going to look like. You've got to look at yourself and say, am I going to build revenue? Am I going to be able to keep my customers happy? Am I going to be able to continue to scale? There's a lot of questions you have to ask, when you don't typically have to ask as many of those questions in corporate, depending on the job that you're in. As a salesperson, of course, there's pressure around your targets, but everything is 10x or 100x once you're an entrepreneur. But I say all of this to say I just wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, everything I've learned about myself has been incredible. And I've learned that I'm relentless. I figure things out. When my back's against the wall, I never quit. I'll always find a way. And there's nothing better in life to build your character than this. And that's why I say I wouldn't trade it for the world. I can see why it's not for the faint-hearted. You do need to be cut from a certain cloth. But if you're all about self-development, wanting to become best version of yourself, you have to do this. This is absolutely a journey that you need to go on. I'm fortunate in that, I love working with clients. I love solving problems. I love figuring things out, and I love testing myself and pushing myself to the absolute limits, because I want to look back on my life one day and know that I went for it, know that I left it all on the table, and have no life where I have tons of regrets. And entrepreneurship is a staple part for anyone that wants to live in a similar way, and to be able to look back and say, limited regrets, I went for it, I left it all on the table, I found out who I truly am when times get tough. Because entrepreneurship, times will get tough and you will very quickly find out who you are. So I just wanted to do this video to share some of my thoughts openly. To anyone else who's an entrepreneur or built a company or is considering doing so, do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and drop me some direct messages, because I'd love to hear some other stories and people's experiences going through similar. And to anyone out there in the midst of going through a tough time, remember, you cannot fail if you don't quit. So keep pushing forward, always persevere, never stop, and always be relentless, and you'll get to the finish line in the end. I hope this video has been helpful in some way, and I'll see you on the next one.